What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be diving into a Lurrus Raids Anax deck. That's right, it's a Rakdos Raid Bombardment Lurrus Anax aggro shenanigans. No, it's actually really good. It's surprisingly good. So we had that Raid Bombardment mono red deck not too long ago, and it was, you know, Torbrand and Anax and sort of classic mono red stuff. I got to looking at Raid and I said, what's another way we could play this and potentially make it good? And I came up with Lurrus, right? So we can replay all of these creatures down in the bottom end, still proc Raid, and, well, bring them back. So, to start out with these creatures, we have Archfiends, which is a nice little 1/1, and when you bring it back, it's, well, now a 5/5, so even better. And while that 5/5 isn't going to proc Raid, the 1/1 is, so it makes that 1/1 even more valuable. Serrated Scorpion, same thing, swings in, procs Raid. Also, whenever it dies, it deals 2 damage, so if the opponent wants to block it, they're going to take additional damage, then you're going to bring it back, and yada yada yada. Fervent is really good, as we all already know. Fireblade Charger, also really good with Raid, and really, really good with Call of the Death Dweller. You can bring it back, put a Death Touch counter on it, then when it dies, it can kill literally anything, right? As long as it doesn't have indestructible. Mire Triton going to help fill up our graveyard, as well as be a Death Toucher, as well as proc Raid, as well as gain us 2 life. So yeah, whole lot of stuff there. Robber the Rich going to allow us to steal stuff from the opponent. Has haste, which is nice to bring back with Lurrus. It also procs Raid, and it has reach. So again, just jam-packed full of that text, and, you know, stealing the opponent's cards is always fun. Rule Eruption is going to help us finish the opponent off. 2 mana for the sorcery speed. Deal 3 damage to any target. It can be a removal. It can be to the face. For the kicker of 5, you can deal 5 damage instead. It's, you know, as a 2-off, it gets the job done. Stormfist Crusader, 2 copies of this 2 mana 2/2 with Menace, so it's easier for it to swing in, draws you cards, and again, procs the Raid, can be brought back with Lurrus and Call and all that good stuff. Shatter is going to be some removal while also being a land. Agadeem is going to allow you to bring back stuff while also being a land. Call is really good, and then we have the 1-off copy of Obosh because it makes everything down here, the Archfiends, Serrateds, the Fireblades, Fervents, all that stuff hit harder. Also makes your Anax and Lurrus hit harder as well. So, big stuff in the deck, and honestly, you just play your cards down, you punch through your opponent. Sure, they remove some of your stuff, you just play it right back and keep on punching. It's a very nice deck that hits, well, pretty freaking strong if I do say so myself. The Malakir Rebirth, very nice for bringing back your Archfiends, keeping your Lurruses from dying. Even on Anax, right? Your Anax dies, you get the tokens, then you bring an Anax right back. It's just extra power. I will say this deck probably could do for something like an Ember Cleave, or maybe Demonic Embrace wouldn't be so bad on it, right? Then you could put your flyers in the sky. It works really well with the Obosh. Doesn't work too well with the Lurrus, but that's okay because we're not using Lurrus as a companion. So yeah, if you want to take out the Rule Eruption, put in Demonic Embrace, give you a little bit more evasion with your creatures. I think that is also a nice way to end out the games, and it works well with the Mire Triton. You can't mill Demonic Embrace, or I mean, it can, but then you can bring it back. So to each their own. I think this is a beautiful, fantastic deck, and I encourage you to go try it. Let me know, bring back your feedback on ways that you may change or improve it. As always, I encourage you to make these decks your own. Now, if you're enjoying the videos here, I recommend you leave a like down below so I know. Leave a comment if you have any questions, comments, concern, or maybe you're just answering the daily question that we have in each and every video. If you want to subscribe, that's cool. It's free. It's a great way to keep... Couldn't do it, couldn't make it through. It's a great way to get an update about new videos that we post and all that good stuff. Hit that bell icon so YouTube actually notifies you, because sometimes it doesn't, even though you subscribe and you're like, hey, I want to see more videos. Anyways, if you're looking to catch us live, hop over to twitch.tv/DrSpilkin, toss a follow. Down in the description of the video, there's a Discord link. I highly recommend you go check that out. And there's a join button down beneath every video as well for channel members. If you want to support the channel through monetary means, of course, it's not necessary nor required in any way, shape, form, or manner, but you do get extra benefits. So click on that button, see what they are, and you know, maybe you're interested. Anyways, all that being said and out of the way, we're going to go ahead and hop right into this lovely Lurrus raiding Anax deck, and you know, see how it does. NMLSS gonna be our next foe, rocking the Rakdos avatar. Opponent does get to go first, but we have a pretty strong lineup here. you know, I think we just go for the temple. Anax. That's not bad with what we have. Also, really like this art here. Sometimes you see sleeves that you just don't see that often, you know? Anyways, it's mono green food that we're up against, right? We'll play a little aggro. Just a little bit. Could have also went for the Stormfist there, but I don't really want them drawing any more cards than they're already going to be drawing, right? Look at them. Look at them go. Turn 3, and they're like, you know what? You're going to be paying my ass. I'm going to gain some life, draw a card. No biggie. I like it. I think we throw Shatter Skull down tapped here. We could also go for the Anax. Shock this in, go for Anax. But if they play Wolf, swing in, attack Anax. Well, they don't have any way to create food, right? You know what? I'm going to go Stormfist. We'll go Anax next turn. Go to Goose. A little loosey-goosey. Alright, this means on the next turn they can have Wolf. That's okay though, because I'm planning for it. Thinking ahead. The only thing we really don't want to see is the Great Hinge, right? That would be a whole pain in the ass. Of course, them gaining food all the while isn't fantastic, but you know. You gotta do with what you got available. Alright, so we'll get in for at least 4 points of damage here. Bring him back down to earth just a little bit. And that one Fabled Passage mana is going to be for the Malakir or the Village Rites, just depending on, you know, which creature they're going for. Generally, I suppose they'll be going for the Anax, and then we'll use Malakir, it'll come back, we'll get the tokens, it'll be all nice and dandy. But the nice thing is they don't have any more food right now, so even if they play a Wolf, they don't have no food. So essentially they would just play the Wolf, lose the Wolf, we'd have Anax come back. We're going a little low on health, but that's okay. If we come out with the oh, and they're doing it. You silly, silly boy. We'll hope they don't have a way to create food here. Are they going to go for Anax, though? I guess is the biggest question, right? If they go for Scorpion, I might just Village Rites it. Fervent? I think that's equally a Village Rites. Two lands, okay. Well, we knew we were coming up on some. So we can shatter that Wicked Wolf if they can't gain food. If they don't have a 1 mana gain food, which Goose would do it. That's unfortunate. A little loosey-goosey. Goodness. Primal Might. Okay. Cool beans. So we'll be able to get rid of the wolf. Cool freaking beans. I'd say that's worth. Now we get all in for 4? 4. Hey, now you're on my level. We don't have any mana for the Malakir, which is bad, but might still be able to pull this out. Ooze, that's fine. You have to give me just a minute, everybody. Alright, sorry about that. We're talking about bills and stuff when you live with roommates. Anyways, oops. So it's our turn. Let's get down what we can get down, which will be both of these two. They have 3 mana that they left over. We have to be curious about that. They can make food with the goose and maybe draw. Maybe that's what they're going for, right? 2 mana, create the food. But they don't have a way to sacrifice it after that. It's just curious. Just very, very curious. Also, Malakir, super detrimental to... Like, it's super unavailable with the ooze there. Might just want to play that down as a land. We'll see. Do we swing all in? I think, yeah, we got to keep the pressure going. Whatever they block with the ooze, we can village rights, right? They might block ooze to Anax, in which case we just let it ride, maybe? They have 1 creature in their graveyard. We have 2 creatures in ours. They can build their ooze up to a 5/5. That will take all their mana, though, which means we'd be able to Malakir Rebirth the Anax back to the field, so that could be good. If I do it properly, we can Malakir Rebirth and then use Village Rights, which would be really good. Alright, that's what we wanted to see. Now that they're all tapped out, we Malakir Rebirth, Village Rights. We're good to go. Oh, buddy. Obosh is really good. It does help the Fireblade, the Serrated, and the Anax. Doesn't help the Stormfist and the tokens, but that's still pretty good. I don't like the Fabled, but you know, you gotta take a little bit of, little bad with the good, right? Am I muted? No, okay. Sometimes I have that big worry that I never unmuted myself. It's happened. And I'll assure you it'll probably happen again. Wicked Wolf gonna come down. Are you gonna take out the Anax though? They can create a food with the goose, but that'll be all of their mana, right? And that won't be any life gain. Bum bum bum. They are. Well, that's unfortunate for us, but they're not gonna get the card draw. They're not gonna gain any life. The wolf is gonna live, but it's also gonna be tapped, which means the only defender they're gonna have is the ooze. And I'm about to get down an Obosh? I mean, I've seen worse odds, right? Castle and a Fervent. Hey, Fervent helps me. Fervent helps me a ton, right? Yeah, get in there, baby. All in. Oh, and it boosts up the Stormfist. Oh, GG. NMLSS. GG. Okaban. Gonna be our next foe. This seems good. I wish we could go first, so, you know, Robber could be of more value. Wish we had some red untapped mana, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. We got a turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 play, sorta. You know, nothing makes me happier in life than double Fervent. That's a lot. That's complete. There's a lot of things. Mazemon Tomb, so it's probably mono black chromatic, right? And they got the Yugen with the Exile. It's gonna be very troublesome for us if they get that going. I'm not gonna lie to everybody. They're already down to 5 cards in hand, and this is why you like to go first, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you like to go first. All right, tell you what. We're gonna slam a Jamma Fervent. We're gonna down the Fabled. We're gonna swing all in, all that good jazz. We're not gonna worry about the Robber because hey, it wouldn't pull a card for us anyways. Instead, we're gonna focus on the Anax. Maybe the Anax will lead us. Good old Blood Chiefs. Nothing wrong with that. You grow to expect it, and then they're gonna draw a card. Never understand why people don't do that at instant speed. So, you know, your opponent has a little bit more fear in them, but hey, I'll take it. Knowing you're all tapped out, you're donezo for the turn is beautiful. So if I do this, do that, I'll be down to 4 cards. They're at 5, so we can proc Robber here, and I think we should. It gets in some good damage, right? Clears out our hand. What do we hit there? If it's a Yugen, I'll be happy. It's an island. Well, we know that it's not just mono black now, though, so we've knocked away at least that chance at an island. Who knows if they have another chance at it. They're gonna use Blood Chief's Thirst. Maybe that was their only island. What if we just mana screwed them a little bit? That'd be a good sign for us, right? Against these control decks, your best. Oh, damn it. Okay, never mind. Let me throw that all out the window. I was gonna say your best friend is getting rid of their mana early and unknowingly, really. So we could go for Anax here, or we go for another robber and hold up mana for village. I don't see why not on this, right? Heartless Act. Hey, thanks for that. Every bit of removal you don't have is removal that I do have. I'm gonna save for the village rights actually. If I had Call or if I had Lurrus, if I had something like that, if I had Raid Bombardment, right? Probably we would be more so inclined to get down the Archfiends. But seeing as we have the hand that we have, well, isn't that dandy? I'm not opposed to Archfiends by any means, right? Probably go double Archfiends. Ooh, Anax. Yeah, I want to save mana for the village, right? So it's so good at replenishing. Ah, you bastard, Chance. I know what I did, okay? Y'all hush. I made a point, and then I broke it. I do that often. It's a bad habit. Anyways, opponents at 4 mana, they're passing it back to my turn. Oh, I don't feel like this is gonna work, but you know, this is why we're here. This is why we signed up, ladies and gentlemen. They have 1 blue mana. Oh, and they have the negate. Of course you have the negate, you bastard. And they also have removal? Don't tell me you have removal. They have removal, but they're not gonna use it? Oh, well, sign me up. Sign me up. That is a heartbreak, though. You know, the whole reason we're here is for that raid, baby, right? That Anax, that Lurrus, Raid Bombardment. That's okay. I'll forgive you, Okaban. You just let me win the game, we'll call it even, all right? We'll look back on this, and one day we'll laugh at the time you almost stopped me. Sorry, when I'm playing against control decks and they take forever, I have nothing better to do. Call the Death Dweller, that's interesting. I really want to get some more mana, I tell you. That's what I'm hankering for. So we're gonna go for the Mire Triton, leave up mana for village rights, actually, this time. Hey, some more stuff to bring back with Call. I'm fine with it. It's not Archfiends, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be trying to bring these Archfiends back. Oh boy, am I going to be trying to bring these Archfiends back. Yoink. I mean, I guess it's not technically a yoink, but hey, we got some more mana. We got an Obosh in hand. That could come in, wait for it, handy. How does he do it? Anyways, Mire Triton's going to get bounced. Xerath going to be returning... I mean, I guess we can deal with 1 less Anax, right? Xerath, what are you going to be getting back? A robber? Definitely a robber. Alright, so swing in. You're going to be taking my own stuff. Not a fan, not a fan. But if we can get 1 more mana, we can slam a Jamma and Obosh down, which sounds like a good value proposition. Or we swing in with the Archfiends. 1 dies to the robber. 1 gets into the... Yep. 1 gets into the Ashy Hawk. Oh, Fervent's really nice. Fervent's, okay, so we could go Anax, get a benefit out of the Fervent dying, right? Because something's going to die here, and it's probably going to be Fervent, let's be real. Or I go Fervent and then Call to get back. Well, Fervent's probably still going to be the one to die, but I could get back Fireblade Charger, which means when it dies, it can kill the Xerath, right? If I put Death Touch on it. I could also get back Robber. That's not terrible. And I could do that pre, and then Robber can swing into face. That is good damage on face. All right, well let's go for this. A little bit of this. Robber, Fireblade, Death Touch, Menace. Right, that's how you do that. You can actually kill him. That's beautiful. And you three, you're going to the magical place that we like to call the face. What do we get there? Another land? You know, I'm not having the best of luck there. Not having the best of luck there. If we had one more land, I suppose I could have brought back Robber, then use their Heartless Act to destroy their Robber. Alright, so there goes Fervent, as we had foretold in the prophecy. We have the Fireblade Charger, but here's the tricky thing. If they don't exile it, if they just destroy it, then bye-bye Zerethsen, right? Oh no, even worse, they're gonna bounce it. Fuck. You know, how do y'all do it? How do y'all have this uncanny ability to draw the Ashiok? It's alright, I'll forgive you once more, Okaban, because we're gonna look back and we're gonna laugh. I'm telling you now, it's gonna be a funny story. Funny story. Alright, so what do they have to grab? They have another Robber over here? No, just Fervents. Fervents for days. A Serrated. Probably a Serrated, actually. That can block the Archfiends, gains them life when it dies. It's a pretty good all-in-all choice for him, if I'm being... You're greedy. You're greedy, Okaban. I'm not gonna lie. Greedy. Shame. Alright, so we'll be able to get in... We could get in 2 with the Robber, 3 with an Archfiend, which would take them down to 4 health, and we'd have Obosh on the field, but that leaves their Ashiok. We could also swing in, kill Ashiok, still get in 3, take them down to 6. It's not terrible. I definitely want to get Obosh down, I think that's for sure happening. Yeah, you know what, we could, what do you say? Attacks if the defending player has more cards in hand than you. Okay, so just as long as she attacks. He? Is it based off Robin Hood? It's probably a he. I don't know. It's hard to tell upside down. I think it has a mustache. I suppose again we could have swung in with Robber, used the Heartless Act to, you know, kill their Zerethsen. You know, hindsight is 2020, isn't it? Hindsight is 2020, as the experts say. Alright, these don't deal 3. I was thinking of Torbrand. They deal 2 because Obosh doubles. Well, that's fine. They took it to the face. I'll take it. I will take it. We have 22 life. They have 5. I'd say things are going okay, but it's a Dimir player, and they're playing Zereth, so you can't trust them. See what I fucking mean? You see what I mean? As soon as you think you're going good, you're having a fun time, boom! Yugen. And it's all over, folks. Party stops there. Creature or planeswalkers. Oh, really? Oh, really? Well, I did not know. Well, thank you kindly, Shatterskull. Deal with that problem rather? Oh. Yikes, you don't like to see that, right? Because that's a 4/4. That's a 4/4 already, and then an 8/8 come next turn. I'm telling you, Crawling Barrens, secret OP. I want the Archfiends down, I believe. I'd like to fill up the graveyard. And then an Anax, because I need some power. They got rid of our Obosh for good, so there's no dealing with that. Though if they keep drawing lands, we're fine, right? Now they do have the Crawling Barrens, which is probably going to kill our Anax. We can rest assured on that one, right? I haven't seen the Lurrus anywhere though, so that's good. So we get in for 1 point of damage. We also get the Anax tokens back, but it's only 1 Anax token. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Lockmere, oh goodness, it's even worse than I suspected. But they did use the Crawling Barrens like fools. Well, no, it would have been tapped anyway. So we're still getting in the 1 point of damage. Anax is still creating the token, but they have a really big creature now, I guess is the difference. They're gonna draw some cards here, maybe? It costs life, doesn't it? No, you gain 1 life. Oh. Well, that's really bad for us, see. Yeah, that's quite the opposite of what I thought. Alright, so back to 5. We're grasping at straws here. It's okay though, because we're having fun all the while. Tell you one card I would love to see. Raid, right? Could do a little bit of a number, or Call the Death Dweller. Do I have some spicy stuff? I have a Fervent. I have 2 Fervents. Yeah, a Raid or a Call would be kind of nice. You can call me anytime, Okaban. As long as you let me win. That is the going rate. They're gonna pass it back. Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. Okay, well, Mire Triton's the only thing keeping that Lockmere back, but realistically, they can sacrifice an island at any point. So, you know, you gotta. I guess we could just hold out hope for the other raid, not swing in. Let's see. Crawling Barons can take out 1. Lockmere can take out 1. Do they have a non-creature spell that can take out the other? You know, actually killing the Lockmere, probably unfavorable for us. Right? Because then they get to exile stuff from our graveyard. They know we're a graveyard deck. It's really kind of a fiasco. You're going to start putting counters. That makes sense. Makes sense. Why didn't they put more? You can... Does it have to tap? No, it doesn't have to tap. Yeah, you could load that sucker up. That's one of the nice things about it. You got extra mana, throw it into it. Okaban, I gotta say, getting handled by you right now is not a good feeling for me. I need you to play efficiently if I'm gonna get handled. Cling to Dust. Getting rid of my raid? Well, that's just rude. That's just my fun card. You think I'm gonna somehow bring back my raid? Well, I guess out of the non-creatures, it probably is the most deadly, right? I don't know. But they don't know either, so sure. Alright, so they got a 1/1 shark. That's very bad for us. They're probably going to exile some more stuff with Lockmere here. Oh, well, it does. They're down to only 2 swamps, so I guess that's their biggest downside, right? They can't play Lockmere if they do that, right? So, alright. Cling to Dust, getting rid of my village rights. Well, thankfully I don't really need that. So we'll resolve. They got another shark. Unfortunate. Unfortunato. Raid would put them down to 2. We're gonna need a miracle, aren't we? The amount of card draw they have, this is going to be damn near impossible. Let's get some more black mana because we only have 2 right now ourselves. Speaking of which, right? Oh, Stormfist. Hey, that's a card that'll do it as long as you can live. As long as you can live. Or get countered. Alright, back to our long thought out friend here. Okaban, I'm begging you, please. Don't do it. Just let me draw into a call. We'll bring back the Stormfist. You know, all will be forgiven. All will be forgiven. We could, I guess, start swinging with the Archfiends. Keep a card in hand. Start swinging in with Archfiends. Pretend like we can bring it back, right? I don't think they'd fall for it, though. I think they'd just block the Archfiends. Be like, okay, yeah. So, 3/3, getting in for the damage. They're going to leave the 1/1s back to block. Oh, man. This is horrific. This is horrific. Alright, well, let's try to bluff. You never know. You never know. Okay. Alright. I guess we did know, okay? Whatever. Whatever. Judge me. Oh, what is our solution here? I mean, we have a rule eruption, right? Oh, fuck. We just gave it to them. We just gave them the out. Okay. Alright. You got me, Okapon. Mac Murphy. Good old Mac. Yikes. These lands are not my friend, but hey, we get to go first. I'm keeping this. I don't see why not. I got a turn 1 Fervent into a turn 2. Sure, we got a little bit of tap land, but when doesn't one have to deal with some tap land and Magic, you know? I guess when you're playing monocolored, huh? Hey, look at that. It turned out alright in the end. Never didn't have it. Although argument could be made to still go for the tap land there so we can hit the Fervent on time, but it's alright. Or Fervent, hit the Lurrus on time, but generally you won't need the Lurrus down on turn 3, right? So we got our opponent down to 15 already. It's Orzhov, Luminarch Aspirant. Hey, you like to see that. Oh, you like to see that even more. Goodbye. You know, Malakir is really good with the Archfiend's Vessel. But if I play it down, I can play the Lurrus. So yeah, we gotta play it. I was thinking, like, realistically, we're getting to the point where if I bring back a 5/5 flyer, like, could I just end it, right? I think that's a fair argument. Let's see. Let's see how the game turns out. Let's just keep that in mind if I would have saved the Malakir as a playable instead of a land. Where do we end up? Okay, they got a Tapper-X. So it wouldn't have ended up very far, right? Okay. Alright. So we keep swinging all in. The Fervents, we don't have to worry about dying to the Tapper-X, and if Archfiends does, we have a Lurrus. So it's probably a good thing we played the Malakir, right? This way, if Archfiends does die, we can play Lurrus and replay Archfiends. Sounds like good value, and if they don't block, well, then that's good value as well. They're going to block the only thing that they can, of course, and that's going to be the Archfiends. And then we show them the very thing they didn't want to see. It's Lurrus. So they're going to need some, like, serious board wipage here, right? We got some power. Alright, Mac, what do you got? It's turn 4. I got a 5/5, a 3/2, a 1/1, and a 1/1. They got a Cleric, and maybe another Cleric for 1 mana. Nope, they got another mana. Hollowed Priest. Alright, so they're going to go back up to 7. They're going to go up to 3 and a 2. Fable. Man, you want to see a playable there. Alright, so we could swing in with Lurrus. We could swing in with everything, right? They might go Fervent block with Cleric, but most likely they'll go Lurrus. I think you go like this. Even losing a Fervent to the Cleric, potentially still get in for 2. If you don't get in for 2, we're taking out a creature. That's good. 5/5. Lola, you got a chill, sweetheart. Sorry, this was the doggo. The 5/5, you know, the only thing that can block it is the Tapper-X, so that's good. They may let one of their creatures die, right? Let the Hollowed Priest die, kill a Fervent, boost Tapper-X to... No, they don't have enough time, though, for that. To, like, let the Tapper-X build up to being able to block the 5/5. So what do they do here? Kill one of the Fervents for sure. Yeah. Okay. Are they taking the 5 to the face? That's, I guess, the biggest question, because we still have a Lurrus on the field. Can you afford that? Can you afford that? Nope. Alright, so we're not getting any damage, but we're taking out 2 of their creatures. Alright, that works for me. Are they going to pay life here? They are. Wow. That's ballsy. That is ballsy. Alright, so we can play the Mire Triton plus the Fervent here. I think we play Mire Triton first, see what we hit out of our deck, and then, you know, go from there. Yeah, we haven't even spent any mana this turn. Feels good. Feels good. Mac, you don't have any mana. What do you have to resolve? Come on, bro. Oh, no. The 2 things you don't want to see. A Rural Eruption and a Call. That's the only... That's it. That's the only things I didn't want to see in my graveyard. That's okay. I digress. Opponent's gonna have some pretty big plays here either way to stabilize, so we'll see what they can pull out of their pocket. Playing another 2 clerics will gain them life, right? Is it just the first time? Whenever another cleric. So they can go back up to 8 potentially here. Maybe higher than that if they have some 1 mana clerics, so potentially 9. We get in with the 5/5, they're down to 4. They have 2 additional creatures on board, plus that thing goes up to a 4/4. Lurrus. Alright, well Lurrus doesn't proc cleric. Oh yes it does. Yes it does. So do they go for the Hollow Priest, right? Because that gives them the most counters. They go for the Luminarch. No, I guess Luminarch gives them equal amount of counters and sets them up better for next turn. Sets them up about the same, huh? Alright, so that goes on Lurrus. Yes, they can gain life. They don't attack because they need the defenders. The Lurrus life gain is our biggest problem here. We need to gain some red mana. Fervent. Well, that's really good. So we swing in here. I think we just put on the pressure, right? Our Fervents can kill the Lurrus. Our Mire Triton can. The 5/5 gets in. Yeah. Just apply pressure. Oh no, our Fervents can't. 1 Fervent can. So do I want 1 Fervent able to kill Lurrus? The other 2 sort of, yeah, because we don't have the 2 on their side, just the 3. So those 2 will push that one up to 3, and this one pushes that one up to, cool. Alright, so they block the 4 onto the 3, block the 1 there, okay. We're getting in 8, they're healing 4, puts them to 11, they're down to 3. Right? They get to keep the Lurrus, they get to keep the 4/4, they lose the 1/1. Alright, we can replay Mire, fill up our graveyard. Call and another. What is this? What the fuck? What are the odds of that? The exact same 2 cards in the exact same order. Oh, they're down to 1 life. They're gonna go back to 2 here. Maul onto the Lurrus to give it first strike. This is so frustrating. Our opponent's top decking everything. Meanwhile, I am milling it perfectly. Call and roll. How do we have that uncanny knack for just ruining it? All right. Well, opponent's got a Lurrus with first strike and flying. All right, so we can get a raid. Oh, Magic. You funny game. Oh, boy. So this is fun. Now we watch as we slowly get the living crap beat out of us by this Lurrus. Well, that was fun. That was a fun match. Okay.